So what we should do is we should stagger this and Prodigy.
I kind of like that idea.
And then once we run out of, Prodigy, we'll stagger season 3, and then once we run out of the animated series, we'll start staggering in Discovery.
Perfect.
With the next generation. I promise you, by the end of the first season, gets better. Like the last 5 or 6 episodes isn't too bad.
Sure.
And
I saw that Michael Burnham grew her hair out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It only took her like 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Times were tough, so I sold my soul. And I don't think I'll ever regain control. Devil looked me in the eye, now I look the other way. What else could I do? I just stood at the doorway, knew I'd rather be drunk with you.
Hey Internet, Highway 47 is real? Or are we Memorex?
Is this the real life?
Is this just fantasy? Are we actual people? Are we actors on a stage, on a sound stage? Or are we just like hand-drawn ink lines moving in exactly the same direction episode after episode because we can only afford to animate one like 12-frame clip of us running to an emergency really slowly? I don't know, but I'm Shaggy B regardless, and this is Dracofunk.
I'm caught in a landslide.
Well, you better escape because it's time to watch Star Trek the Animated Series. We're starting a new series because we finished Lower Decks, and I kept... Well...
We talked too long, and we can't start Prodigy tonight. That's kind of what happened.
Also that, but well, but I, we wanted to do this for a while, and also like there's a lot of I noticed a lot of parallels in the style between Lower Decks and the animated series, which I mean are I'm sure intentional, right? And so I'm curious enough to go back and watch the animated series, and see sort of recapture some of the things that they took for Lower Decks. I think some of the animation style, like some of the sort of film grain on the background things is reminiscent. Some of the color palette, particularly in the space scenes, is really reminiscent. And I think the theme song is. But we'll see what else we catch. I have seen a couple episodes of the animated series. Dracofunk, you've seen a couple of them?
I've seen, I think, about at least 3 that I know of.
Okay, yeah.
And I can't tell you. I can only actually, by looking at them at the list, tell you one of the ones that I know I've definitely seen.
Right. So to give you... Yeah, okay, go ahead.
I don't know if I've seen this episode or not.
Okay. Well, I know I've seen this one. This is season 1, episode 1, the Lorelei Signal, which I know I've seen a couple times. And
What?
Is it the Lorelei Signal?
No.
Which one are we doing then?
Beyond the Farthest Star?
Interesting. Okay.
This should be season 1, episode 1?
Well, what do you know? I guess they're out of order in the place where I downloaded them from. And I don't mind telling you guys that we're downloading it because it's available on archive.org. So
that's where I got my copy.
Exactly. Same here. And that's the version we're going to watch. So, just accept that. So I'll quickly download the one that we are actually going to watch. But
yeah, I can tell you some stuff about it.
Yeah, please do. Well, what I was going to say before you do that was that whatever season 1, episode 1 is, which now that I'm downloading it, it says the name. I know I've seen that a few times because I've made a few attempts to watch through the animated series, and I've never made it. It's honestly a little hard to get through. It's not the most riveting thing. It's Hanna-Barbera at their kind of low effort stage in like the 70s. And not only that, but they outsourced the animation to like somewhere in Sweden or something like that. So it's, and the voice acting, most of it is the original cast, but the directing isn't fantastic. So it's a bit of a slog, but that has never stopped us before. And with that, Dracofunk's going to tell us some things about Season 1, Episode 1.
So this episode originally aired September 8th, 1973. This is Beyond the Farthest Star, and if you downloaded it from archive.org, it's Beyond the Farthest Star.
Yes.
But that's just, a misspelling. Is yours misspelled, or did they fix it since I got it?
It is misspelled at present. And we should also point out that I'm watching the OGG video version, and Dracofunk is watching the MPEG-4 video version.
Oh,
so
that's correct.
That's right. So if there's something messed up, we'll find it when we try to record, and it all goes wrong. But, yeah, so just find them on archive.org. I don't know if anybody's playing them on streaming these days. Netflix had them for a long time. I don't know if they still do.
I believe Netflix has since removed them.
There you go. So, yeah, I don't feel bad.
I don't feel like looking at Paramount Plus right now.
Yeah, exactly. And, they've got a bunch of new stuff, right? There's enough Star Trek being made right now that we're not hurting Paramount by watching this from archive.org. They're doing fine with the rest of the Star Trek they have.
I mean, it's on archive.org. That's just the thing.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, we're going to need to stall for another 2 minutes while I continue to download this episode.
All right.
So 1973 is an interesting time in Star Trek history. If you're a Star Trek fan, as we are, and have been for a long time as we have, you know that the original series ended in 1969 to little fanfare, and it wasn't really until the following couple of years that, the whole, demand for more Star Trek started to surface, and the first Star Trek conventions were held. So 73 is kind of the blossoming of real cultural appreciation for this show. And so this was made right in the middle of that, everybody wants more Star Trek now that it's canceled. And this is all there was, the motion picture, the first movie wasn't made for another, 6 years after this? Came out
5 years. 5 years.
5 years? I thought it came out
because this came out September of 73. Didn't the motion picture come out in 78?
I think it's 79, and I think specifically it's December of 79, because I recall owning the old, the original VHS prints that said 1980 on the date.
Maybe you are correct.
Yeah, and there was the Star Trek Phase 2 TV show that was in pre-production for a couple of years that got canceled and all that, and none of that had even happened yet. So this was for a starving fan base, this was all they had.
It was 79.
79, okay, so I thought so. All right, well, we have stalled long enough, and I am ready to begin. Are you ready?
So what you should do is you have downloaded it onto your computer, or you're watching this on a DVD or through a streaming service. You should get your episode up and ready. This is episode 1, season 1, Beyond the Farthest Star. And what I've done is I have downloaded it from archive.org. I've hit play on VLC, and I have paused it and took my slider back to 0. You should do the same. And Shaggy B is going to give you a 10-second count. Not 10 seconds.
10-second countdown.
A 5-second countdown.
I can do 10 if you want, but
no.
That's way
Nobody's
too long.
got time for that.
No, hell no. These episodes are only half an hour. What are we even doing?
Let's do it.
All right. This is Star Trek: The Animated Series, Season 1, Episode 1, Beyond the Farthest Star, and we'll start it together in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Okay.
Yeah.
I love with this theme song too how they obviously recorded it to oh god. But they recorded it to the cheapest tape they had available, so it's all wavy. You can hear the pitch wavering. Really faithful, if badly animated, interpretation of the opening animation sequence, though.
I think they did that on purpose so it looked more like the TV show. They totally could have animated it better, but they didn't.
Yeah.
I feel like this is almost a game show theme.
Well,
Come on
Filmation.
down to Star Trek. We're the and
Well,
spin the Trek wheel.
so you got to consider the Price is Right as we know it, right? 1972. So same time. Could well have been like the same like studio like of session musicians. Could have been the same people.
Huh.
This is actually William Shatner as Captain Kirk.
Why is like her like laying down?
Sulu. And that guy who isn't Chekhov. Because Walter Koenig like didn't want to do this. No, that's why her was laying over, because they only wanted to draw that once. Hypergravity.
I like the eye movement.
Mm-hmm. Uhura has a cold. I do remember some of the background music being like really earwormy in this episode. Wait, so is Scotty at navigation, or is that other guy with the third arm? No, it's like it switches back and forth from Scotty to that other guy.
You know, Mr. Scott likes to move around.
Yeah. And screw that other guy.
Yup, ba do ba da. Yep, yeah, yeah.
Blank speed.
Uh,
You're gonna want to turn.
uh.
Oh, good job.
There you. Bum 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 bum.
I love that they drew the bags under McCoy's eyes, and that's the only facial feature they gave him. Like, imagine being DeForest Kelley and seeing that and just be like, God damn it. Oh, yeah, this thing, yeah. Okay. This is the episode, I thought, because it's got that thing on it.
Yeah, it's like space neurons.
Mm-hmm. What the hell's up with her patch on her uniform? Like, what, what? Your hands, were you okay there, man? Like you were kind of... Well, no. Life support belts.
Yeah. Sure you don't want like a coat?
It's only absolute zero.
Uh,
Yeah, see, it's fine. So they beamed onto the surface of the ship. They didn't beam into it. Her web, thank you. Female spider spin webs. Uh, Kirk, you're not inside your suit. Okay. Have you figured out the plot yet? It's those are eggs.
Commercial break.
Whee!
We're back.
You literally abort it, like onto the deck, like on top of it. Yeah, like just the fact that since it's all drawn, they could do that.
Yeah.
Just super cool. Your patch is on crooked. Oh hey, that thing makes the time travel sound effect. Millenniums. Man, those highlighter suits are pretty great. Ah, a hexagon. Clearly
I'm
alien.
gonna shoot it.
Oh shit, the door closed again. Yeah, this is the track that I remember getting stuck in my head. Well, not this part of it, but later. Nope. Some good string writing there. That's going to be in my head for the next week now. Let's see, 7 by So it's like. Yellow, blue, green, green.
Should they be dancing on that?
Probably. I mean, this is a pretty kick-ass dance party here going on. All their mission patches are on sideways. It's really messing with me.
What? It's like pointing to his neck.
Yeah.
I guess whoever they got the draw didn't know and just the Death Star plans are not aboard.
Oh, oh,
Oh, what?
oh.
What? Oh, 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 oh.
300 million years and the explosives didn't degrade. Some really stable stuff. Which makes me wonder how they used it as an explosive.
Kind of like Mr. Kyle.
Yeah. Oh, there's the run animation. Oh, man.
Trombone. Commercial break. We're back.
Oh, hey, good. The ship has a highlighter suit now, so the ship is protected.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, now it's gone away. Crap. Uhura's like asleep again.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's the bridge defense system?
It's a
Cool.
shower head.
Nice. I'm not convinced that it isn't a disco ball. Ooh, the extra turbo lift that they didn't have in the actual show, but they do in the animated series.
Which episode is it where they go like they're on the turbo lift for like a minute to go one deck?
It's like 4.5 minutes to go to deck 2 from deck 1. Yeah. Man, these belts are a good idea. Ooh, 2 klaxons. What's he? What? Huh?
What?
What's he gonna do? There's the running animation again. Blonde Scotty, cut brunette Scotty out. Or brunette, brown haired, not brunette. Brunette would imply feminine.
Oh no!
Mutual override? What's a mutual override?
It's one where we all decide to overdrive at the same time.
Oh, okay. Fuck. What does God need with a starship? Dun, 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 dun. Oh. Is your neck okay?
Not right now.
Run!
Run! Oh! He's gonna do something tricky.
Course. Yeah, you know. These. Uhura's eye color being the same as her skin color. I mean, there are some black people who like a little bit of melanin is in the corneas of their eyes, and their eyes are a little tinged, but not that much, you know. Spock looks naughty.
He needs to laugh like ooh after
Yeah.
everything he says. Uh oh, he really is going to see God.
Hmm. That guy, he's like, what the hell is he doing? That was definitely a Price is Right sound effect.
Woo! Ah!
It looked like he was scratching his back in just the right spot. It's like, oh yeah.
Uh,
Oh, the console farted. Blah, 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 blah.
what? Did the Enterprise just cloak?
I don't know what it did. Good job. You turned the sun green.
I just wanted to murder you and take over the galaxy.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want that, really?
I kind of feel that guy, like he's so lonely, but like it's because he has no social skills.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And instead of like, accepting responsibility that you know, they need to be a better person, they blame everybody else. And I think there are people like that.
I think there are Star Trek fans like that. I think there were Star Trek fans like that in 1973. I think it was a hint. We get the cool ending credits with the cool, more animations.
I mean, I went through a period where I didn't have a lot of friends,
Yeah.
but I was never like,
You never, like, took over a spaceship, killed everybody, and then got stranded on a star.
yeah.
Ooh, Lou Scheimer and Norm Prescott. Dun, dun, dun.
Huh. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No, it is. It's like, I mean, and part of it's colored by modern standards because we've been watching modern stuff lately. But it does kind of feel like it was maybe 15 minutes worth of material stretched out over 25 minutes.
Yeah.
But honestly, a lot of the original series episodes are kind of paced that way too. Like there's often not really like a B plot, you know, and they're just like a lot of dry sort of, you know, they're original Star Trek and this to a lesser extent because it's shorter tries to go for this sort of classical theater kind of vibe a lot of the time where it's like a whole lot of dramatic reflection on the situation, which is cool, but if it's hard to like just casually sit through sometimes.
Yeah, and it suffers from kind of the same thing that the motion picture did.
Yeah,
Like the
exactly.
motion picture was great, but it lost, like, there was some lightheartedness in Star Trek, and Star Trek
Yeah,
2 brought that back.
right. Well, and
And if
that's
it hadn't, I'm fairly certain Star Trek 2 would have been the last we
oh
got.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, that would have been the end of the
Like
franchise right there.
Star Trek 2 saved this
Hmm.
entire franchise.
Definitely, yeah.
Like without Star Trek 2, no Next Generation, which
Yeah.
means no Deep Space Nine,
Hmm.
no Voyager, no Enterprise. no further original series movies, no further Next Generation movies.
But they probably would still be remaking it now. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, all the 80s, 90s, 2000s stuff, yeah, would not have happened. You're right.
So, because of Star Trek 2, we have Picard and Lower
Yeah,
Decks
that's
and
true.
Prodigy. And what's the new one that's gonna come out later?
I don't know.
I'm actually somewhat excited about it. And
I
I think once you well, I don't
I think
I
once you
think I
well,
think I think once you get the premise of it and see some of the what it's coming off of, that you will like it too.
you could be right. That's the only way to find out.
I'm just hoping they do it justice. And
Yeah.
with that, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.